Welcome to the Barstool Beach House recap show, week 4. And of course, the recap show is brought to you by Body Armor Flash IV. Flash IV delivers faster, longer-lasting hydration with over 2,000 milligrams of electrolytes and no artificial dyes, flavors, or sweeteners like those other drinks. So whether you're training, traveling, or just feeling the heat, work hard, hydrate hard with Body Armor Flash IV and grab yours today at your local 7-Eleven or convenience store. The summer's over, and you guys look like you've been through it right now. No offense, but almost all of you look like shit right now. How do you feel? How do you guys feel?
I think we feel the way we look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost my voice.
Yeah. From going hard, though.
Yeah, I have to.
Who
Last
doesn't
weekend.
look like shit? You said almost everyone looks like shit.
I think Danny looks like pretty normal, and Katie
Thank you. I needed that.
almost always looks how you look. You know what I mean? It's not like you have an up and down. Maybe more elasticity. Let's start with Kadik then. If we're going to go through this chronologically, I think that Kadik, your Thursday night was it was a bell ringer for you because you brought a lady back on Thursday night. Break down that situation a little bit.
It's kind of like happened so fast at the bar, just sitting there drawing up plays, and this girl was like, "What is that?" Explained it. We made out at the bar, and I was like, "You want to go home?" She's like, "Yep," and we left.
Did she know who you were?
I don't think so. I think her sister did.
Yeah, so do you think that she wanted to be on camera?
It kind of looked like it, yeah.
And how did that feel?
It was fine. I mean, well, she left, came back, left, and then came back again when everyone was gone. So, I don't know. But I could tell she was a little, like, she was very camera happy.
What does that mean?
Like, she was always knew exactly where the camera was and, like, was addressing it. I was like, yeah.
Do you feel like she was using you for, like, your fame or attention?
No.
But you said she was camera happy. She liked being on camera. Do you think that you would have pulled her without the cameras being there?
Yeah.
Okay. And there was a point where she went home, and Nikki, you were almost like, delete everything from this girl, from her being on. Like, it seemed like you got the sense that she was there for the cameras.
Yeah, she was there for the cameras and my cigs, and that it didn't fucking sit right with me. And
That's on me, the sixth thing.
that's all right. We squashed that. Yeah. But, yeah, I just don't like, if I feel like my boy's being played, or like you said, or as he phrases it, camera happy, delete all the clips. Like, get her off the fucking page. That's just pretty much it.
And the bell got rung that night. Do you think that there's a lack of integrity for if a bell's getting rung for a blowjob?
Well, Katie counts blowjobs as bodies.
No, I do not. I said it's a hookup.
No, we had an argument at the office. You're like, blowjobs count as bodies.
Dude, we were all saying, like, we were fucking with Dante.
Well, no, maybe that's why I'm just saying, like, the bell got rung. Because it's kind of like, yeah.
I don't count it as a body. It was a hookup.
Ella, is a blowjob a body?
No.
There you have it. That night also kind of started a little bit of questions about what was going on between Tommy and Ella. And it seemed like at that point that this was something that was getting pushed by some people, but it felt like it was a genuine interest from both of you at that time.
Yeah, I mean, I think, last Saturday we were at Bar A. It was probably the first time that me and Ella talked more, and I think we had kind of been flirtatious, like, in a more joking way, and I think that was sort of the first time I was like, oh, I think I'm into this. And then so, this week I wanted to go into the weekend and see if I really was. And so I think Thursday was the first night where I think we both, agreed. I think we said we had a crush on each other. I think, yeah, something along those lines.
I agree.
A lot of talk about pressure.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I didn't really... Like, it just kept building. But I felt, like, fine Thursday, I guess, except for Dante's girl, like, kept being like, how do you guys do long distance? And I was like, okay, we've, like, never hooked up. Yeah.
It's actually very easy.
So nothing happened that night. Why do you think nothing happened?
I don't know. I just get in my head a lot. Like, last weekend I said, like, I don't really know if I want, like, my sex life public And just that I like overthink things and it needs to happen naturally.
Yeah, I also think it was less of like romantic. Like I think we're like getting to know each other more. Like consider it a first date type of thing. Type shit.
On first dates, you never.
It depends.
Do you think you would have gone along with it if Tommy had made a move?
Probably.
How does that feel to hear that?
I mean, I wasn't sure, you know?
Sure about that you wanted to, or if she would have gone
If she
along with
wanted
it?
to.
But I thought you just said that you guys both liked each other.
I think there's a difference between having a crush each other and being like, oh, I'm going to go ask her to go. Like, because I have that same concern, too. I didn't want to be like, hey, let's go upstairs. And I knew we were both in our heads about that as well.
Well, we'll get to more about you guys in a little bit as we go through this chronologically, but a lot of talk about Unk this and Unk that, and Unk is putting the house on his shoulders, and he's also getting a little something for himself Thursday night, bringing home a girl. And how would you guys, the rest of you, before we get to Dante, how would you guys characterize Dante's game specifically on Thursday night?
I was going to say, I don't think you, like, need game. I think you're, like, respectfully an attractive guy, and you have a fun personality. Like, I think that's game enough in itself.
I think your main game was, like, low-key ignoring her for a while until you were like, all right. You were, like, mixing and shit. And you kind of, like, did not, like, I think you said to her, I don't even know who you are or something.
I think walking past her and then asking where she was your biggest flex.
To be fair, I don't even think he was ignoring her. I think he genuinely forgot she was there.
I didn't mean it in a malicious way. I mean, like, he was so in his own world.
Dante?
She was left alone for like 45 minutes on the balcony.
Dante, how would you characterize it?
Trying to be respectful here. Yeah, she just kept showing up. So, like, I left that Joe's place, and her friend grabbed Devlin and I and was like, my friend's blackout, she's not going anywhere. And I was like, okay, fine, have a good night, nice meeting you guys. And then I went to DJ's, and she like showed up at DJ's. I left there without her, came back here. Somehow she came to the house. I was just like, I don't know where this girl's coming from. I don't know if Chuck was involved or what. But, yeah.
Production sets you up again.
Yeah.
Poor Dante.
So it seemed like she was asking questions like, oh, am I going to be on this song? Is this a song with me too? And like, you're just, no, we're basically negging her in some ways, but the more you told her no, the more she wanted the answer to be yes.
Yeah. It's like, no offense, like typical female behavior, I guess. But, yeah, but thanks for perfect segue. Ella and I dropped a song Friday. Came out pretty good. I'm happy with it.
Spotify or what?
Yeah, it'll be on Spotify on Monday. Today's Monday. Shit.
What's the royalty split? The Ella, are you getting paid off this or what?
She's getting half.
Half?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's sick. And the next night, you got some digits from a bartender. Did anyone else see that? That you saw that too? A vehement nod over there from Kadik. How would you characterize how she looked like?
Very hot. And he described her as big old bombs. Big bombs.
And what was the game for that? Why do not be coy, Dante.
Like, everything's clipped, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watch it all. You watch your own highlight tape, Donnie.
Yeah.
Danny said.
Yeah, I love that bar is awesome. We had a lot of fun there.
Bless you.
Bartenders are great. We were trying to meet up yesterday, but she had to work. And I went to Bar A last night and couldn't get in, which kind of stunk. But, yeah, that's all there is to it. Nothing really happened.
It seems like you have a partying second gear that you were trying to will everybody else to have, but maybe they didn't.
Yeah. I mean, I felt really bad. Like, we were basically limping to the finish line yesterday, and Nikki was like fucking concussed.
Allegedly.
I mean, some of the girls have like no voice. So I didn't want to be like Hazer, abusive older guy pushing people to do things they didn't want to do. So
last week, Bree talked about how she's made more money for the company than anybody. And I think that there was part of you that was thinking of the Blackout Tour. Do you want to remind people of what the Blackout Tour was and how Barstool was basically built on the backs of Dante and Devlin?
wow, your words, not mine. No, I don't need to remind people. It's kind of ancient history, but it's true as it is. It's nice to be acknowledged, so thanks for that. But yeah, I think about this month and then think back to 15 years ago when Devlin, Feidelberg, Gaz, D-Lo, who else should I shout out? Where's Devlin? Yeah, we were doing 4 days a week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like bang, bang, bang for like 4 years straight every semester. It was insanity.
Do you think that this group could do that?
Respectfully, no.
Why not?
I don't know. I think this generation's just built a little different. No offense. They're soft. They're fucking soft generation.
I will say I did it for 3 years.
Yeah, you did a similar tour.
Yeah.
And you were able to do it.
I mean, yeah, it was hard. It was brutal, but it was, I mean, I did it too.
Do you think that there's this difference generationally that this generation's just incapable of partying as hard as Dante?
I don't know. Dante is something else. I can't believe that he parties the way that he does and he's not hungover ever. My voice is gone. This is stupid.
I feel like they just have more drugs than us.
No one has more drugs than you.
I haven't had any drugs except Adderall.
You guys have been beating Adderall, honestly. I feel like as a group, like Adderall's supposed to like wake you up, and we need a 80 milligram.
And you know, I have never done drugs. Weed isn't really a drug, but we've gone through this. I've never done coke in my life. I've never done Adderall.
Same with poly playoffs.
I would take over the world if I could do those. Seriously.
Or maybe it would ruin you. Is there a case that could be the case?
No, if I didn't have to sleep and I could have PEDs, it would be very helpful.
Let's pivot on to Friday. Ella, you had a crash out in front of Tommy. Can we maybe watch that? I would like to watch that. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Do you think it was funny or?
Yeah, I do that all the time, honestly.
What?
Crash out.
At that level?
I used to throw temper tantrums when I was younger, and I had to like really reel it in because it was like embarrassing. Stupid fucking spilled all over me. Oh. It's gonna be a new one.
What'd that make you think, Tommy?
I thought it was funny. Yeah. You know, yeah, I like when someone is emotional, like, you know, I mean, they wear their, I think Ella wears her heart on her sleeve, like she was in her head about the thing with Nikki Smokes, the Annika DMs. And yeah, I thought that was funny. She threw a drink and then immediately made a new one. Good comedic timing.
Can we get into those DMs? What happened with that?
So I think it was last week. It was before me and Annika started hooking up again. I DM'd the girl, like, we should get drinks when I go back to Chicago. And then me and Annika kind of rekindled, and I've been a good boy ever since, I'd say. I guess what kind of just rubbed me the wrong way is that, like, when Annika first started, it was Hannah and Ella. They were, like, the inseparable duo, and she always felt iced out, and I was always there for her. And then the Brendan Walker funeral happened, and then Annika and Hannah became best friends, and Ella was kind of iced out. And I just feel like I was there for both sides, you know, like I was always there for both of them. So it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way that, like, Ella just sprinted over to Annika, and it's not her fault when she got the screenshot, but like that all happened like before me and her kind of rekindled, and yeah.
Ella literally just showed me the text she got. She didn't have any opinion on it. She didn't tell me what to do about it. She said, I don't know when this was. I don't know what you want to do about it. I think it was such a girl's girl move. It was fucking awesome that she did that for me. I don't think she owed it to either of us to, like, do that, but I think it was great. It was, like, I mean, it literally wasn't a big deal until you started, like, blowing her up.
Well, it just made it look like, oh, like, we finally started hooking up again, and now he's DMing other girls.
You said it was last week, and I was like, end of conversation, and then you started blowing her up about it, which, like, I get why she was upset. You guys have a close relationship. Like, yeah.
Do you regret it?
I don't know. Nikki's sort of like impossible to argue with. So I kind of wish I didn't say anything.
But you were being a girl's girl.
Yeah, and it's like it's hard to like. I didn't know what to do because I was like, do I bring it to Nikki out of respect for him so he can like be like, oh, this, like, tell me the timing of the DM and then it doesn't become a thing. But then that looks weird because why would I go to the guy? Like, obviously I should go to Annika. And then, I don't know, it's like, I didn't know, like, what to do. And I guess Nikki sort of made me feel like it was a bad judgment call.
Not even an issue. I'm just surprised that it came from you. That's all.
How?
Because I feel like if you got that text, you would just like put it in your pocket and like you'll either talk to me or talk to her whenever. And not like, it's like I get called over and it's like, what the fuck's going on?
There was no possible way for Ella to win in that situation.
Yeah.
She was put in a tough spot getting that text in the first place, and she did the best she could with the information that was presented to her.
This whole thing started with you guys not being on the same page. Where's your guys' relationship right now?
Good.
We've had, like, I think a really great time. Yeah, I mean, obviously we've had our differences in the past, but I truly don't have a negative thing to say.
Yeah, actually, I, like, love Annika. I feel like she's real. Like, even if I fucked up or did something wrong, like, I feel like I always knew where I stood with her. Like, if she didn't fuck with me or if she does, like, I guess I hate wondering if someone's mad at me and then they're acting fake. But I know that Annika, like, would come tell me, like, hey, you fucked up or I didn't like when you did this. So I, like,
why did you
respect that
turn
about
off
her.
your location?
Originally?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like drunk and I thought, oh, if they see us together, like they're going to think something's going on. And then I clearly wasn't thinking because it looks even worse that it was off.
Nikki, you think you could have closed that day?
No shot.
You couldn't have?
No, I wouldn't want to.
You wouldn't want to?
No.
At that time? Or
No. In
ever?
general, ever.
Got it.
Yeah.
You just were together as friends.
Yes. It was her birthday.
Yeah.
But that seems like taking a girl out for her birthday kind of seems
Well, not
like...
like... Ella went out with her friends and was
Yeah.
hammered and was like, I'm in West Loop. Do you want to get a drink? I was like, yeah, let's go get a drink. And
That
then she
wasn't
shut
in
her
West
location
Loop.
off.
That
was in West Loop. It's literally... I walked there from my apartment.
That was the first time you guys got drinks.
They were both in West Loop.
Annika, set the story straight.
It was at Lone Wolf. That's in West Loop.
Lone Wolf is not when that whole blow-up fight happened.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
What was it then?
It was at what restaurant was it? Because I wasn't there.
The one that Paige was at.
Yeah.
That was Lone Wolf.
You guys were.
Yes, it was. I was there.
No, it wasn't Lone Wolf. I know. No. You were
was the
gaslighting me.
place-
I know for
it
a
was the
fact it was
place
not Lone Wolf.
downstairs.
I know it was not Lone Wolf.
It was
right. It was because
Can we get Danny a mic?
I don't know how much
It's
it
a
matters
place
to the
that's
plot,
a
but
basement.
It's the basement one that has the live music.
I remember Paige told me the name, but it seemed like more of like a sit-down restaurant. Again, I don't know what it has to do with the plot.
Wait,
but
I thought it was a bar.
Was it a bar or a
I
restaurant?
thought it was a bar. We were sitting at a bar.
Whichever fucking place that's downstairs at the hotel that plays live fucking music was...
That's Lazy Bird.
Lazy Bird, thank you. Lazy Bird. Which is in West Loop. Thank you.
guys
That's
did
what
it,
I was
they
saying.
did it twice.
So wait, you guys got drinks twice, is what you're saying, basically?
Yeah, I mean, one was so long ago at Tex and Taco, and then the other one was Lazy Bird.
Location off for both?
No.
Just the second one.
Yeah.
And the first time, you think you could have closed then?
No, I was sober.
God.
It's just any rational person would connect
No,
the
I
dots
know.
in a circumstance like this.
Yeah.
But that's not where it's at. You guys are good right now.
Yeah.
Describe,
I think,
describe
honestly,
your relationship right now.
Good. Yeah. I mean, I'm good with everyone. I think honestly, like so far in this tiny little bit of time that the three of us have been at Barstool, as much as that was, I think, shitty for all of us to go through, it is the reason that we had this opportunity, and being in this house, I think, made Ella and I a lot closer, and I think it showed Nick and I, like, I guess, what we have to work on, I guess.
Yeah.
Put a label on your relationship right now.
Kind of probably like the opposite of our show name. maybe a little friends with benefits.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. I think going back to Chicago, I'm still very firm on I don't want to get back together. Immense amount of love for him, but I just don't see it working out long term. We're thinking maybe if we want it to happen, like hook up maybe every once in a while, just so we also have an opportunity to meet other people and we don't like step on each other's toes, because I think we just spend so much time together that we get into the cycle. But
yeah, and I think in terms of us dating, there was definitely moments where I agree with you. Like, it doesn't feel like we're meant to be together. I think we're great together, but we love in very different ways. Where I'm
what different ways? What do you mean?
Like, I'm more, what's like the right, like affectionate, like lovey-dovey. Like, I'm down to put one on you wherever, where you're as more like laid back, reserved. And I don't know, we're just kind of polar opposites in terms of like how we show our affection for each other. But like, that doesn't mean she's wrong and I'm right. We're just kind of different in that aspect.
to be honest, he needs someone with a much higher sex drive.
Yeah, that too.
Like how many times?
At least twice a day.
Twice a day?
Yeah.
And that's not happening?
Fuck no.
No.
To be honest, as a viewer, you guys look like you were in an actual relationship this entire weekend. But
Yeah.
Agree.
right?
Yeah, I want. Like, why do you say you don't think it could work out long term? Because of the sex thing?
No, it's not. I mean, I will say I'm a strong believer that sex is a very big part of a relationship, and I do think he should be with someone who wants to have sex a million times a day. I also think that I get annoyed with him very quickly, which is not fair to him or for me, and I think I play mother, once again, not fair to either of us for me to play mother. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of factors.
A couple weeks ago, you guys sat here and you said this will never happen. And Dante, you said you guys are going to wind up together. And you said it's not happening. What changed?
Hormones.
Dante, do you want to take a victory lap?
I love Annika's so honest and like mature. She cracks me up. Like I can't really argue with anything you just said. Like, okay, fair points.
You guys have a podcast together.
Mm-hmm.
You guys also started off this entire saga with you saying that Nikki has fucked half of the office.
Which isn't true, and I'm really mad at myself that I ever said that because he loves to run with that, and that just
You put it on my head.
I know. That's why I'm mad that I said it because I was just so angry at the moment.
Yeah.
Is it anyone you're close to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that make it harder?
No, it was before me. It literally was never an issue.
And are these people going to come onto your guys' podcast?
Probably not. We said on our podcast, like moving forward, we're not going to talk about us at all on the podcast just because we're
Isn't that what people want to hear, though?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like while we're doing Beach House, but I think it's
Yeah,
going to be
if me and
beating
her
a
are
dead
just
horse.
talking about our relationship, like this next episode we'll talk about us as well, but like months from now, if we're still talking about, oh, we're hooking up this week, we're not hooking up that week, I don't know, that seems kind of dumb.
Well, I think your podcast listeners will want to know who these other people are and like what the state of these relationships are. It's on you to tell them or not.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I don't want to like drop names of.
Don't.
Yeah, I'm not going to. So, you know, like that happened privately. It'll stay private, and it all happened before her. So,
why do you think that it would hurt you if he dropped names if you guys aren't actually together?
I don't think it would hurt me if you dropped names. I
think
think
it
they
hurt
didn't
them.
sign up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. The other people at Barstool didn't sign up for it. Mm-hmm. Got it.
well,
Stop.
What?
Stop.
I was making a joke.
Kate
No,
already,
no, no.
Kate already said she doesn't care if people.
Well done, Danny. It seemed like at that point on Saturday that you guys, Tella, is that how we were pronouncing it at the time?
Friday, but yeah.
I'm sorry, on Friday that you guys were thriving.
Yeah, Friday we talked a while at the beach, and then we talked at where'd we go? Osprey for a while. I think Friday would be when I was like, oh, I think it's more than a crush. I think I do like her.
And so another chance to make a move that you just didn't
No,
take.
she blacked out. we literally talked at the bar, and we basically were like had a whole scheme to use Janny as blockers, and said, oh, you know, we'll go
and then
back.
I don't know how I ended up blacking out between then and.
Could it have happened during the daytime before you were blacked out?
Yeah, I feel like Thursday or Friday like the momentum was there and I would have done it. And then Saturday and yesterday, like the pressure was just built up and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
I would have also done it on Friday. Or
Well, you understand that it was in your control to do or not do.
Literally, we were walking back to the bar. She fell to the ground. We got back to the house. She fell in the closet. And then, like, literally, even the social people were like, Tom, if you hook up with Ella tonight, like, you might be arrested. So that's not me.
So you had to have the social people tell you not to do
No,
it.
I wasn't going to anyway. I'm just saying, like, to prove my point, it wasn't me, like, it's not that I didn't want to. It was that I wasn't going to hook up with a girl who was blackout drunk, especially her.
No, Tommy came into our room and was like, Bree, like, I'm putting Ella to bed. I'm not hooking up with her. She's way too drunk. Like, you said that before.
Yeah.
Anyone else, yeah.
Would you have done that if the cameras weren't there?
Yes. What do you think I fucking am?
I'm just curious. I just think that there were a lot of opportunities, and it's almost like there's this boogeyman to blame for it not happening when there were days and days of you guys talking about how much you liked each other.
Preach.
Does anybody else? Do you like?
Yeah,
what's your take on it?
I said that the whole time. I was like, "What are you waiting for?" And then they're like, "Oh, cameras, blah 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 blah." It's like, bro, who gives a fuck? Like, you guys obviously like each other. You're vibing. It's not like you're gonna fuck on camera, but like, put one on her. I just feel like
I really think the
timing was
only
there.
day you can make that argument for is like Thursday. Like I think Friday we would have hooked up if not for the blackout. And like
So it's
like,
her fault.
No. It's my
What
fault
were you
for
about to
not,
say,
for
Annika?
not hooking up with her blackout.
I just think I think from everyone's standpoint, I think it got pushed so hard that it puts people in their heads. I mean, that happens to I think literally all girls. I'm sure it happens to guys too when it's getting like jammed down your fucking throat that you should be hooking up with someone. You get stressed out and freaked out.
But you guys had pressure. It was jammed down everyone's throat. Jackie and Danny had pressure. It was jammed down everyone's throat. How's this situation different?
I like sort of like when people would be like, cheers to Tella, or like, go sit by Ella in the car. Like that sort of like gave me the ick.
I also think one thing that was kind of different for them is that like for Danny and Jackie, even though there was pressure for them, there was kind of like a countdown because it was the last weekend, which I feel like made it 1,000 times like more pressured and weird because it was like, oh, there's 2 days left, there's 1 day left, and it made it like from an outside perspective a little bit like transactional and weirder. I think the pressure on them.
Also,
was
like Nick
unique.
and Annika, the difference is had a relationship before this. Danny and Jackie have been like flirting since June, basically. We started flirting on like last Saturday.
Jackie,
so.
what were you saying?
I did get in my head, and then I got blackout drunk, like, for the first 2 weeks. Like,
And it didn't stop Danny.
no, but, like, for the first 2 days, like, or 3 days, like, we didn't do anything because I was blackout drunk, like.
I also think you were saying, like, why couldn't Tommy have done it? I think you were probably waiting to do it towards the end of the night, if anything, because you're a true showman, but then the blackout happens, which you didn't see coming.
On Friday, yeah. I mean, we'll have sex at 5 p.m.? That's not... I'll do
Yeah.
that now.
Yeah. Well, why not? There was also a beach day. If we want to take it to Saturday, there was a beach day where all the girls, or not all the girls, but some of the women had a conversation. And Jackie, you talked a little bit about what your future looks like with Danny.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about it off cameras. We should have done it on camera, whatever. But I think, like, we're on the same page, obviously, about, like, I don't know, trying to, like, see if we could continue it.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, I mean, I'm kind of annoyed that, like, it would start as a bit. Everyone was, like, pushing it together, and now it's, like, well, now, yeah, fuck, I like him. Now I'm actually, like, emotionally invested.
Started out with a bit. How did it end up like this?
Yeah, literally that. And now I have to, like,
It was only a bit.
figure
No, I
out.
wasn't kidding. Yeah,
how
we
to do
we
it.
we kind of talked towards the end of the night, not intentionally off camera. We really wanted to save it for your show.
Thank
Adam.
you.
Yes, but I mean, obviously, it's gonna be hard. I live in Chicago. She lives in New York, but we're gonna make it. Gonna try.
Yeah, I'll be honest, like, I don't know, like, when I don't know. I think that, like.
When
we're
you'll
gonna
see each
try.
other?
Yeah,
Mhm.
but, like, I feel like I'd be really sad if, like, we didn't, right?
Why would you be sad?
Because I like him a lot. I
Yeah.
said that.
That's good. I think that people are rooting for that. I think that makes people feel warm inside.
Okay. I don't know why I'm, like, acting as if it's not okay. But yeah, I like him a lot.
It's very okay. You're allowed to like him. I think that there's allowed to be wholesome parts to this show.
Thanks.
What's more likely to happen? You move to Chicago or he moves to New York?
Move to Chicago.
Guys, this is the pressure that we're talking about. I don't know. I mean, I feel like let's just see like how the next few months go.
Yeah, it's gonna take some planning, some scheduling, who has what weekend free and all that.
Yeah.
I don't think we've talked about that yet, but
What's a realistic clip to see each other at to make a long distance relationship work? And anyone can weigh in on this.
I've never done long distance.
I did long distance.
Okay, so what?
Fucking horrible.
Jesus.
I would say it would have. Well, for me, I feel like I need to be like seeing the person because I sort of like this was in college too. I was like a freshman, so I was younger, and it's like out of sight, out of mind when you're partying like that. I feel like I would have needed to see him like once every month or two
Yeah.
yeah.
for like a weekend.
I've said this to him. Like, my fear is like I'm a really bad texter, and I'm like, I am bad at like being on my phone and everything. So that's definitely something that like I fear, but like I think it's work throughable.
And you're a really good texter.
Really good texter, always on my phone, literally my job. But yeah, I mean, I think it's like I said, I think it's worth a try out. It's gonna be hard, but I think we like each other enough to try it.
And how would you compare your sex drive to Nikki Smokes?
I will say it's a lot harder with cameras around.
Like knowing that Dante could walk in at any point.
Yeah.
Just, like,
Sometimes
it kills
ruins the
vibe
mood.
a little bit.
We're just constantly looking over your back.
Dante, you were at war with some of the producers. Do you think that they were trying to set you up?
I think that before getting to know them all and Danny kind of offering some insight, like, hey, they're just doing their job. I think I did, but then I came around on them. We're cool.
Dante, the filmers are filming. Trust me.
Let's rewind to last week, right after this show. We went upstairs after the show, and Oona, you were crying.
I was. I think I'm in a super unique position. The reason I was crying, I'll just say, is a million reasons. Super overwhelmed. I was in like between housing. I didn't know where I was going to sleep literally that night. So while being here with all the pressure of the show and whatever, all this to think about, I'm also thinking about what's going on for me in the next day or week or month with money, housing. I don't want to cry right now, but
I'd like if you did.
I know you would, but I'm going to try to hold back. I have had a lot going on mentally, and I've been trying to like live in the moment as much as possible. And I think, despite what anyone says or thinks, I've done a great job of that. I know I have. I know myself, and I know I've been myself. And sorry, I'm getting kind of off track, but yeah, I was crying basically because I was stressed out about not knowing if I was going to be a Barstool, not knowing if I was going to have to move back home with my parents, be in New York. I'm really happy to say that in the last week I talked to Dave and Kaz, and I got extended through the year, so you can't get rid of me yet. So yeah, I'm in a much better place than I was last Sunday. I will say I am still super overwhelmed. I still don't know where I'm going to be living in the next week, 2 weeks, but I know I'm going to figure it out because I want to be a Barstool. So yeah.
So even as that was happening, it was another heartwarming moment because I watched the cast of the show kind of rally around you. People say, help you through what to say to Dave, how to text.
Yeah.
And even, like, people being like, Bree saying, like, hey, you can work with me on this. Like, she was trying to help you emotionally and give you a spot to work at.
Yeah.
And then let's do the fast forward. We're on the boat.
Yeah.
You're asleep.
Yeah. My bad. My fucking bad,
Can
guys.
we watch that clip?
I haven't heard one word out of you today. I thought you wanted a content fucking job.
That made it look, okay, let me address this. So I heard her be like, you got to get up. And in my head, I was like, I know I got to get up. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go get a fucking beer and I'm going to fucking drink. And I didn't hear the thought you wanted a job in content part. I didn't know she said that until hours later. So I know the clip made it look super like whatever. And I'm not going to lie, like I was a little bit not upset, but I was a little bit like frustrated when I saw that, just because I think it a little bit like mischaracterized what I'm doing, wanting to work at Barstool a little bit. But I also get that Bree was just trying to be like encouraging, get the fuck up, and I did need someone to say get the fuck up. I didn't think the job part was necessary, but I didn't hear her say it in the moment. I wasn't like actually storming off. I was just going to get a drink.
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty frustrated too that you were sleeping on the boat. Everyone was kind of pretty lame on the boat yesterday.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have fallen asleep on the boat. Like,
I think we
hand up.
Me and Tommy had some dance moves, I guess.
You said that it was mischaracterizing it.
I just think her saying, like, obviously, yeah, I want a job at Barstool, but her saying, I thought you wanted a job in content is like, it's not.
Do you? This is a genuine question. What do you want to do at Barstool?
I haven't figured that out yet.
Are you content?
I haven't figured that out yet. I'm production. I've been production.
Okay.
I've been production the whole summer. I originally got the job because I wanted to work for KFC on KFC radio.
But this show is content.
Yeah, 100%. And I kind of not fell into this. I didn't expect it. I didn't come to Barstool being like, I'm going to be content. That's never what I wanted, and to be completely like candid.
But you took, when they offered the show.
Yeah, of course.
You took the chance to be content.
I haven't said no to a single thing they've offered me at the company. I want to do everything. When I kind of had an out, I guess the first or second, it was the first weekend when, Dave called me and was like, I know you're new, you don't have to do this. I was like, no, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to do every opportunity that's presented to me here because it's where I want to be. And I think one of the reasons I was extended through the years because I'm still figuring out where I fit in at Barstool. I have been doing production stuff. Like, I've been working on a whole plethora of different lanes here, so I think I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be doing here and where I fit in best.
I think that's why I brought up the fact that last week Bree was like, hey, you can work with me, or trying to give you opportunities. And Bree, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but is that why it was frustrating to see her sleeping? Because you were trying to help her and it felt like she wasn't trying to help herself?
No, I mean, it wasn't that deep. I was just like, wake up, Oona. But last week I said, sorry, my voice is so annoying. But last week I was like, oh, I'm sure that we could find something for you to do on Plan Bree, like help her, like try to get a job or whatever. But then we went back and talked, and there's like no head count for production person. So I texted her and told her that. And
it was
to
all
Dave
good. And
about
I
it.
also, I will say, I really appreciated Bree helping me. And I was crying. Everyone in the room, I'll get emotional talking about it right now probably because everyone was seriously there for me, including Rone. And I was having a really tough moment. So I did really appreciate everyone, including Bree, being there for me and trying to help me.
Yeah, sorry. I think sometimes I come off as a bitch, but love you. I just
love
wanted
you
you to
too.
wake up on the boat.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's
I'm
the
glad I
boss
woke up.
in me.
I needed to wake up. I forgot to have coffee yesterday. So.
When was the last time you talked to Kevin Enriquez?
We talk I don't know, maybe a week ago. Maybe we text here and there. We're friends. I'm good friends with a lot of the interns.
When was the last time you talked to Sam Goldfinger?
Probably this morning.
Can you explain that situation to us?
Yeah, so if I want to get into that, he is really, really close with one of my really close friends. And so we kind of met through that. Yeah, I've never met him in person, but he is a good friend I've made through this. I think he's also new at Barstool, so he's been kind of helping me along with a lot of the other newer people.
Can I give you some advice?
What, don't fuck a coworker?
Yeah, stay out of the office.
How does that feel to say?
Now you tell us.
How does that feel to hear, Annika?
I think it's maybe good for our careers. We ended up here. I don't know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Emotionally,
there's certain benefits, but I think it's tough because, like I said, when we're good, working together is dope, but when we're bad, it sucks. And I just feel like the more you hook up with people in the office, look, I'm just looking out. I'm just speaking from experience. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I've also
your life will be easier.
I've never
if you're
hooked
not
up with him.
catching
I've never
bodies in the office.
talked about hooking up with him. We've never we're close, and I'll say that, and we talk a lot, but we've never even met in person. So I think
You guys FaceTime for 3 hours a day.
Once we FaceTimed, yeah.
Right.
For 3 hours.
Yeah.
And from the looks on everybody's faces, it seemed like that was almost an unspoken secret. People knew.
It's not a secret to me.
But it's never been talked about on camera until now.
It was. It just didn't get posted. People have asked me about it multiple times. Yeah.
You brought it up, Dante.
Been
How did you
about,
bring it
like,
up?
Several times, actually.
I forget who told me.
Jesus.
Somebody brought it up, and I asked her straight up because I feel like she's always pumping me for info. So I was like, the other day I was like, Oona, what's up with you and Goldfinger? Sam's the man, by the way. He's like one of the nicest.
I know Dante
kids.
was basically like he saved children from a burning building when he brought it up.
I just was making sure Sam's not getting played.
What?
I just feel like it wasn't super relevant to the storyline because, like, if he wasn't going to come out here, and also I don't think it, like you said, you guys haven't met even in person
we've
yet.
never
So even
talked
though
about
you guys
hooking
are
up.
close, and I hope it turns into something, like it doesn't really have anything to do with the show. I feel like.
You say you never talked about hooking up?
No.
Well, I feel like people don't like have a conversation like,
No,
are we
yeah.
gonna hook up?
Sure, but I'm just trying to characterize how far in the future that would be, like how disconnected that is from the current reality.
But did that, in some ways, prevent you from trying to find any type of relationships or situations down here?
No, I've talked to Annika and I've talked to people like before the show started, before I even like knew Sam. I'm not someone who meets someone and goes home with them. I think I've tried to do that in my life before. I always end up feeling icky about it or just not wanting to do that. And it's just like not me. And I know people have said, you know, people online, people I know, like, oh, I thought that's what the show was for. But to me, that's not the case. I don't think everyone has to be talking to someone and going home with them all the time.
What's your version of doing a good job on this show?
Being yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any playbook for this. This is the first time like anyone's done this. You know, shout out that article that just got written. We're trailblazers with this type of content, and I think starting with being yourself is like really all you can do.
Dante, you said that Bree was secretly into you on Twitter.
Oh man, it was a joke, and it was very drunk. Yeah.
Drunk mind speaks a sober heart, Dante.
No.
I also saw, Bree, you were kind of dancing on Dante a little bit.
Yeah, I just like to have fun. I love Unk, so. Yeah, I guess I was feeding into it. I thought the tweet was really funny because I just picture him like on his laptop at 4 a.m. tweeting, "Chicken Fry wants me." It's just funny. I love Dante, so.
What do you think of that response? You kind of winced a little bit.
I can't really understand what she's saying because her voice is gone and I'm deaf. So it's if we can have some subtitles when this airs.
Briana, you also got kind of scooped up by Kadik in a very
Isn't
smooth
that video
scoop
the
up.
best video ever?
And also kissed.
Yeah, we do that. Yeah, I love Kadik.
Yeah.
One arm shows like a considerable amount of strength.
Yeah, she's felt like a feather.
He's really strong.
Briana, if you had to say who you were more likely to wind up in some type of romantic situation with, would it be Dante or Kadik? If you had to pick, if you had to.
I don't think either of them.
But if you had to.
If I had to, I think me and Kadik are closer in age.
It's an age thing.
I just think Unk would like get sick of me.
Would you get sick of her?
Nah, Bree's hot. I love Bree.
I love Dante.
That night, Tommy wore a white shirt, and you got a stain on your white shirt. And
The beginning of the end for us.
took the words out of my mouth.
No, I'm just
You said, I'm not.
I need to ask her, I guess.
You think that like ended it?
I think that was another level of the ick, if you want to call it that you were getting. You said multiple times that you felt like you were dealing with a kid.
Like, no, because then we went to Bar A and we were sitting together the whole time and talking.
Yeah, I think I kind of thought the stain thing was like a joke. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone was like. I'm pretty sure. Well,
It was.
yeah.
So then why didn't anything happen a third night in a row then?
That's like, I wouldn't hook up with anyone with the way that I felt. Like, I was so hungover. I was like, I need to go to bed. Like, probably one of the worst hangovers of my life. I'm not even kidding.
I think viewers of the show got frustrated with the idea that you guys are getting paid to party, whether that's a fair or unfair characterization of the show, and that people are going to bed early.
Yeah.
I think that this show isn't like just partying. I think it's like more than that. And like, listen, we partied for 13 days. Like we were down to have one night where people just were a little bit tired. Right?
Was
we
it
had a
just
long
one
day.
night
We had
of
a
that,
boat
Dante?
day in the morning. That was Saturday night. Like it definitely looked bad. Like I get it. Like I wish we all stayed out late. But that's like the only night where I think unanimously, besides Dante, that we all came home super early. And like, that's just fucking, I don't know, it's fucking human nature. We had an early boat day, we were tired and hungover. Like, I don't know.
No, to Tommy's point, I mean, like, what's the show, like 4 weeks? So we've been fucking boozing our ass off, and we're starting at like 9, 10 a.m., and we're running that all the way to 2 a.m. And you combine that with starting at the beach or in the sun all day, you're fucking boozing, and then you go have a nice fat dinner, and then you come home for 10 minutes, and then you're full sending
I'd like to
again.
see them try.
And you've done that for 4 weeks. Like, obviously, like, yeah, pay to party sounds great. Like, and we've gotten after it. But today, like, this week was a 4-day ripper. Like, there was going to be one day where we're fucking beat. Like, we're cooked. Like, Bree can't speak. Half the people here are sick.
Maybe if Bree's redheaded friend came back around.
That probably would have brought the vibes up for sure.
I also think that like just being at a bar doesn't make like good content. Like I think some of the best
content came back
some of the
here
like
at the
some
house.
of the what am I what do you give it? I have one. What I thought like the best night of content was honestly like Thursday night and like mainly back at the house. So like I don't think like just being I feel like sometimes the bar content could be worse because you can't really hear what people are saying. So I think it was I think being at the house isn't like the worst thing in the world.
I think that's where the best moments from the show have come is at the house.
I was going to say, like, this was the first time we did this. If we did it again, I think if, like, not designated nights necessarily, but leaning into, like, being at the house, conversations, like Chami was just saying, 'cause sometimes those are the best clips. So I think if maybe people were talking less about how we were at home, we could just be at home and do the things we do at home and have conversations, because that ends up being, like, fucking hilarious. Like, you don't need Dante at the bar to say crazy shit. Dante sitting on the porch will say, like, the craziest thing you've ever heard, and it'll be amazing.
So the viewers are wrong.
Sometimes.
Got it. Nikki, you also said that you've been carrying the show. You're entitled to have a night. 9 out of the 10 nights, you're entitled to have this one night off. But you've also made multiple comparisons to yourself. LeBron, LeBron and Wade.
Well, that's just me and Tommy running two-mans.
But do you think that if you are the LeBron of this show, do you think that LeBron is ever just tired of being the one that scores all the points and he's like, hey, I mean, like, sometimes you have, like, an off night on a Tuesday and you're playing Charlotte, and you're not, like, all the way dialed in. But in terms of carrying the show, I think K-Dick and Ella, like, those are, like, the two biggest breakout stars. But I think, like, the first 3 weeks in terms of stirring up the pot, like, the drama, the being too touchy, all this other shit, like, that was pretty much on me, like, for the first 3 weeks. And like I said, going into this week, like, I'm in a really good spot with Annika. And, like, I wanted to just enjoy this week with her and have a good time. And I feel like Dante came up, like my shots weren't falling, so Dante came up and he fucking dropped a triple-double this week. So I feel like there's a balance in the cast. And I think he just was pissed I didn't go to DJs with him because I was getting after it at Bar A. Like, shirt was off. I'm grinding on Annika. Like, I was trying to get after it. I was trying to rally the troops. And, like, the vibe kind of was dead outside of Dante, so I went back with everyone. And then I guess I got the call-out shot for not wanting to go to DJs at 2 a.m. What's the situation with DJs right now?
Oh, I don't know. It's
My understanding was that people weren't allowed to bring camera people in unless it was a one-on-one situation. And if it was 5 people, then only Fun Anthony could film, and then he would send the clips to our production.
Yeah, it was something like that. I mean, I don't understand it. I just love going there. It's a lot of fun. So I don't really rock the boat.
What do you think the relationship with DJs and Barstool is right now?
I think it's good. I hope it's good.
It seems like it's good with Dante and DJs, but Barstool in total doesn't seem like it's in a great spot with DJs.
I don't know about that.
Okay, maybe
Shout out Osprey. Great spot with Osprey.
Shout out Osprey.
Let's give Osprey their love.
Osprey's the one.
Just a great fucking bar.
Bar A too. I mean, there were so many places that took such amazing care of us. Also, La Mondina last night was perfect ending. Not to sidetrack or get ahead, but yeah, I mean, I think the only places that weren't accommodating just for absolutely no reason is that Parker House place. It's ridiculous. And I forget where else we weren't allowed. Yeah, Jenks. Which I gotta talk to some New Jersey people after this. 'Cause do you know about this Jenkinson family?
They run everything?
Dude, they run everything.
I think they're out to get you too.
No, I just like what's their story?
We'll have to do a deep dive.
I have to.
How does it feel hearing that you put up a triple-double?
It's I don't need the accolades. It's good to be recognized every now and then.
On Sunday night, your guys' situation kind of came to a head. Did you send Bree to go talk to Tommy?
No. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because literally almost everyone came up to me to ask, like, where my head was at with it. And I was, like, more focused on, like, having fun and hanging out with Bree because we've gotten really close. And I don't like to see myself, like, sitting in a corner doing nothing. And I don't know when I'm going to, like, see Bree again. She's super busy. So I was like, all right, I'm going to have, like, as much fun as I can and just light fun.
I think Sunday, like, was more of a, like, I think Ella was, like, maybe letting, like, some comments and stuff, like we talked about, like, and so I wanted her to just, like, do her own thing, and I feel like we talked a little bit less on Sunday, so I was also then but then, you know, at the bar I was kind of like, well, now I'm not really sure where we're at, because we definitely talked less. We didn't really talk much on the boat. But then I felt like we needed to just talk to each other was probably the best than a game of telephone.
Do you think comments get into your head more than anybody else on this cast?
Like, I don't know, not really. I never really cared about anything anyone was saying, and I would really only watch the videos at the end of the weekend or end of the night, like, just laughing about it. And then by, like, week 4, I feel like that's when I sort of, like, crashed and felt mentally drained and was just, like, so thrown off, probably starting with when the whole, like, fight with Nikki happened at the beach, which I'm surprised that I didn't, like, crash out before that. I'm surprised I made it this long. I don't know.
Tommy, you just said that you guys talked about the commenters, the comments getting to you.
Yeah, like, I think it was, like, what, before dinner yesterday? Like, I think Ella just had, like, a little moment on the porch. There were other people there, too. It wasn't just me and Ella. But, you know, I knew that was and also, like, for the record, everything, because I'm sure I'm getting tagged in the same comments, are, like, wrong. Like, it's like, oh, they didn't like each other. Like, she stringed him along, he strung her. Like, none of that is true. At least speaking for myself, I think we do genuinely like each other. And, like, I don't know. Like, I think people, like, don't know the situation. And, like, I don't want people to think that, like, I got, like, red flags from Ella or anything. Like, none of that's true. I think she's great.
Yeah, I don't want people to think that I, like, led him on or was doing anything for cameras. I just ultimately made the decision, like, I don't want to do this here or now.
But at a different time, would it be? You said
Like,
here
maybe,
or now?
Yeah, I never know. I mean, I've always been, like, intrigued by Tommy. And then I guess this weekend there was a time where I sort of was like, I just don't like everyone's opinions and everyone like they're, I know that's the whole point of the show, and say whatever the fuck you want about me and anything, but I don't know if it's fair to say, like, that I don't want my romantic relationships or sex life public. I don't know if that's allowed, but that's what I feel like.
Not as much, but sometimes.
Are
yeah.
you're gonna be in Chicago a lot?
I'll be there for advisors.
Once a
I
week?
won't be there. No, not not as much, I think. But we'll cross that bridge. I'm more like, I don't want to spoil advisors' plans. There's more my issue of talking right now.
My bad.
So when you
Very
guys
good.
are in Chicago, is there like a chance you'll see each other in a more private setting?
Maybe. I don't know. I was talking to Danny last night, and he was like, I feel like you'll know in, like, 2 weeks when this is all over and, like, it's back to normal, like, what you actually feel like.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, you know, I don't even in like regular life, I sometimes struggle to know if like I actually like a girl or like have a crush. I think here was probably the first time in a while where I did kind of know I have a crush, but also like it is a distance, and you know, there's probably another universe where we don't live in different cities and don't work at the same company. But yeah,
And
we'll
what
see.
happens in that universe?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe we date.
I feel like I just, like, ever since, I always say this, like, haven't hooked up with anyone since January, but, like, I don't know, I've, like, back to back, like, from college and then in post-grad, I was always in these, like, toxic, unhealthy situationships, and I was, like, that, like, really gets in my head, and I was like, oh, my God, fuck this, especially starting at Barstool already, sort of just being an anxious person. I was like, I can't do this job if in my personal life I'm also like getting torn down and like having a lack of confidence because of these men. Maybe I choose them wrong, maybe I'm part of the problem, but I feel like I've been pretty independent since then, and I really like that feeling of like control and not having someone fucking up my mojo and my flow. And I guess Tommy was like the first person since then that piqued my interest of like, oh, maybe I would hook up with him, and then having that all be on camera and all the viewers' opinions and everyone in the house was just like, yeah, no, I don't want it to be like this.
Bree, it feels like you and Ella kind of got really close throughout this summer.
Yes, I love Ella so much. I think she's the best person. Oh, fuck my voice, sorry.
I'm
But
cry.
I'm like really, really upset that she doesn't live in New York, and I think she's a star, and she definitely like wears her heart on her sleeve, like Tommy said, and we had a lot of conversations about like how she doesn't want to be attached or known for the show for hooking up with someone. So I think that's kind of why she pulled back a little bit. She wants to be known as Ella, not Ella and Tommy fucked, or like the girl that fucked Tommy Smokes, and she's a lot more than that.
But like just
Like because it will just be attached to her, and like I don't know. I've never hooked up with a coworker. I don't think it's a smart idea for anyone to ever do, but yeah. I mean, I think they would agree like a little bit.
Why is that making you emotional?
I don't know. I feel like this weekend, like,
I think it's
my
overwhelming.
breaking point.
This was awkward. I just put my hand on your shoulder.
Okay.
I too.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do there. I felt like
And
I
I
needed to
like
do something.
also started crying when Bree started talking
Yeah, it was
because
long
I feel like
story.
she's
I want to
like
hear what Ella has to say.
I don't know, like obviously we've shared a room and like we talk all the time. Like I don't know, I feel like she's been like so much help and like sort of like a mentor, and I really look up to her. It's just like, oh, I don't give a fuck about anything, and I'm like, well, I hope I can get to that point one day. I don't know.
I love you.
Thanks, I love you. I don't know why the fuck I'm crying.
You're making me cry.
I might fucking
This is
cry.
really
Shit,
awkward.
just for fun. Bree, I feel like this show kind of marked you buying in a little bit more, buying back into Barstool.
Yeah, I love Barstool. People are like, why are you? Like the comments are like, why would Bree do this? Or like Bree thinks she's better than this. It's like, why would I sign up for it if I thought I was above this or better than anyone here? I love Barstool. I've done a bunch of shows. I did Most Dangerous Game with you, Surviving Barstool, Project Verified. Like, yeah, this has been a great experience, and I think it made me remember why I love Barstool.
So you guys are in a situation where you have decided through the conversation with Bree to Tommy that it's not going to happen Sunday night. Tommy, what does that make you feel in the moment? Is it disappointment? Is it relief? Is it...
No, definitely more like probably
What was that? What was that called? The bullpen?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's just like next man up. I feel like that's what Tommy did.
Well, you know, I mean, I was definitely like disappointed, but also I was more relieved for Ella, where I was like, all right, I feel like she needed to get that off her chest. I feel like she probably wanted to say that all day, so I was relieved on her. Yeah, I was a little disappointed, but
Why?
because I don't know, I felt like it was a weird ending, kind of to this like will they won't they like, you know, flirtation we had going on for a few days. Like I feel like it was outside factors kind of got in, and then I was like, oh, maybe she just didn't like me that much. But
Did you not like him that much?
Like, I don't really know. I don't know if I did and then changed my mind, or I don't know if I was just letting
Or maybe
all
the
the
stain
noise
on
like
the
get
shirt.
to me. No.
The bull.
I also think while we're here, it's hard to process your emotions because you're overwhelmed. There's a million different factors to take into consideration. I think probably when Ella gets back to Chicago, that'll be her time to really process everything that's happened. And I mean, especially with Tommy, she'll have her time to figure it out. But I think the lack of sleep also doesn't help the situation. Like, you just don't have a super clear, not you specifically, like, it's hard to have a clear head here.
I never have a clear head, so yeah, it's even harder here.
So you're a little bit hurt?
No, I wouldn't say I was like hurt. Like she did nothing wrong.
Okay, like you were like sunburnt, so I was like really getting nervous because I thought that you were like embarrassed or like upset.
Oh no, I think I just
like
had
that I was,
sunburn.
and I was like, oh my god, like am I being a fucking asshole right now?
No, not at all. Like I think hurt would have to imply that like she did something wrong. I think she did absolutely nothing wrong.
And then you reverted back to Tommy Two Bonds.
Oh yeah, I mean a blonde girl started talking to me and I was single at a bar. Talked back to her.
So you said the entire weekend that you actually liked Ella,
Correct.
and then you just hooked up with another girl.
Well, I didn't hook up. I made out with a girl.
You hot
Like,
mouthed with another girl.
Yeah, I mean, I think on the surface level, like it's just I don't know. A girl started talking to me, and I'm a single, so I kissed her. Probably deeper unpack. Yeah, I probably was, drunk and feeling a little bit upset. So it was like, all right, well, take my mind off it. With no offense to that girl, but like a random rebound makeout.
Oh boy, cold.
Put on some Drake, rap along with it. Just get in your feelings a little bit.
Yeah,
Put on Marvin's
I
Room.
might listen to Marvin's Room on the shuttle home.
Yeah, it feels like you don't make out with another girl if you like a girl. Am I reading that wrong?
Well, I think
You
that
Nikki.
I mean, like what happened with me and Annika, like the night before we started hooking up again, like I had slept with another girl, and I that only happened just because I never thought there was a chance in hell that me and her were gonna rekindle, but I don't think that's necessarily true.
I think that was also kind of my thinking last night. Was like I kind of felt like at the end of that conversation. I mean, maybe this show we've had another more productive sort of conversation, but I feel like at the end of our conversation in the green room last night, I was kind of like, oh well, this is just
Not happening.
yeah.
Did it hurt to see him with another girl?
No, I was like happy because selfishly, I don't know if I should say this out loud, but I was like, oh God, I look like I led him on, was like some asshole, or that this was fake. Which actually what happened was that I ended up changing my mind. And I was like glad that he was back in it and hooking up with another girl, because I feel like then it would have people off my back. Because I feel like if he was sulking around, like people would be coming up to me, maybe
Right.
maybe Nikki would be like, what the fuck did you do? Like drunkenly, and then people would be like, Ella's such a fucking asshole. She broke his heart.
I made out with that girl so people wouldn't call Ella an asshole.
Wait, Dante, what was that question?
Like she just said, this is from my outside perspective. Maybe it's like the old guy sitting back and watching the younger people. But this was a really weird situation, obviously. They're all in a fishbowl, and I'm talking about like all three of the couples here. I feel like if they weren't under so much pressure and all the like weird factors that don't happen in real life with people commenting and, just saying awful things and getting in your head, I think they would be hooking up and happy. I think the same thing with Nikki and Annika. And I think Danny and Jackie are going to be great. I see the long distance thing working really well. But I saw a noticeable change with Ella at the beach day with the Nikki situation. It was like the first few weeks, I was just like, this girl is crazy. She gives zero fucks. And
Then you saw her giving a fuck.
yeah, like she got thrown in this really shitty situation where she was trying to be a good friend to two people, and she was like, I don't know what to do. So she did what she thought was the right thing to do. And Tommy and I were talking to her off to the side, and we were like, why are you upset? Like, you did nothing wrong. Like, you were just looking out for somebody that you would want them to do the same thing for you. And she was like, tell that to the fucking people online. Like, they're telling me I'm like a home wrecker and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, wow, like, when did you start caring about that shit? And
when did you start caring about that shit?
This weekend.
Why? What changed?
I don't know. I don't want to like hold much weight with like these rankings and things, but I feel like it's hard if people are telling me like you're a lot of people's favorite, like you're a breakout star. Like I'm like sort of like a self-sabotager, I think, because I was like, oh God, like I'm their favorite, but for how long? Like everyone turns on you eventually. Like I don't know.
So you want to be in control of everyone turning on you instead of them being in control of it?
I think subconsciously, probably. I don't know. I didn't like think like let me fuck this shit up, but
it just happened.
Yeah, I sort of just like I don't really know what to do.
Well, we do have the Flash IV moment of the week. Flash IV moment of the week is presented by Body Armor Flash IV. Work hard, hydrate hard with Flash IV. And of course, that moment is Tommy Smokes making out with a girl.
When is that?
I don't know, my knees look.
That was last night.
It's an interesting position.
Right.
I mean, these chairs
by who?
are tough.
By both of them, right?
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Feels like how I've been sitting this whole show. Like, that's how you were situated.
I mean, in that, how else would you do it? And
Why
then
didn't
these
you
chairs.
guys like face each other? Like, why is it like?
Yeah,
this? Like, I don't know.
You got to show them how it's done.
No.
Tommy, can you kind of walk us through the makeout? Like, it seemed like there was like 3 like chomps almost. Like,
I don't really have the most vivid memory. I don't know. We made out.
Do you want to watch it again?
No, we
Let's
did
see
probably
it
did a
again.
pretty normal makeout.
What percent tongue do you think that you were using there? Because it seemed like a lot.
Yeah, I probably go heavy on tongue sometimes. Maybe 30. I don't know. Is that high?
You feel like you dodged a bullet?
I mean, if that was the position we would be making out in, yeah, probably.
If we were sitting in those chairs, that would have had to be how.
Let's get to some of these questions. D. Simon said, so Annika went from talking about how poorly Nikki Smokes treats women and how much respect she has lost for him to going right back to him in just over 2 weeks?
Yup. I'm sick of talking about it, to be honest. Oh, we're on a show. I should. Yeah. I don't know. I think the way he talks about women is disgusting. I've said it to him a million times. I still stand by that. To be honest, that probably factors into why I don't want to get back together either. I don't necessarily want to co-sign a lot of his actions.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think multiple things can be true. I think I can hate the way that he talks about women, and then also, I do have an immense amount of love for him. So, yeah.
Am I supposed to respond to that, or?
Here's another one. Horrible Hoosier says, Annika seemed like she's been kidnapped the way Nikki is always right next to her and has a hand on her, kind of like a retarded Pedro Pascal with how handsy he is constantly.
Yeah. I'm very handsy. I think we all know that. And I don't know. I told Annika this. I said going into this week, like I've seen her have plenty of breakdowns, and like I know it's been tougher, and I just wanted her to feel appreciated this week and let her know like I still love her, I still care about her, and yeah, I am very touchy, very clingy, but that's because I'm comfortable around her and she makes me feel good.
That's nice.
That is nice.
Sean in Ireland says, Sean in Ireland here. What is Nikki going to...
I read this one.
What is Nikki going to do now that his only purpose has been fulfilled?
Well, I don't think my only purpose has been fulfilled. Me and Annika just started a show. Shoutout Friends No Benefits. It did pretty well the first episode, but I feel like I've been at Barstool for over 2 years now, and now my contract situation is a little weird, but I definitely feel like I contribute in a lot of ways. I mean, I'm not a Rone, but I feel like I play a pretty solid role at the company, and I'll just keep doing what I do.
Trey Seven Turner said, LOL, just remembered Bree's whole brand at one point was sleep when you're dead, and she was the first one asking to go home last night.
Me?
Bree.
Oh, I've retired that.
Sleep when you're dead is sleep when you're alive.
Alive and
Sleep when
sleeping.
you're alive.
Yeah.
Got 8 hours.
NFL Street says, I kind of get the feeling that some people held back because they thought their parents were watching or Dave was watching or just anyone at Barstool who they thought they might want to impress for whatever reason, and they didn't want certain things on camera. Is that true?
No. My mom wouldn't care if I hooked up with someone on camera. I'll say my part for that.
Anybody else's parents factor in?
I felt weird that my parents watched it, but it didn't. You can't think about that.
I mean, I literally posted a TikTok about it. Yeah, I think it factors in for sure. I mean, knowing, I don't know, as much as you don't want to be conscious of the cameras, you do have someone following you around with a camera 24/7. So I think even if it's subconscious, yeah, it does factor in. And I was saying, moving forward, I think I'll live my life as if there's always a camera on me. I think it's honestly kind of a good way to live in terms of if I don't want my parents to know this or I don't want my parents to see it, why would I do it in the first place type of thing. So it's not I don't know. It made me personally reflect on morals, I think. So, yeah.
Oona, did your parents watching or other people's opinions within Barstool affect this?
I think the only thing, my parents watching, no, because they didn't watch. They didn't want to. I really didn't want them to. I mean, they saw clips here and there that they thought were funny. Usually, Dante, they thought Dante was hilarious. They thought Tommy was hilarious. But no, I think the only thing opinions in Barstool that might matter. Obviously, I'm trying to get a job, but not in the way that's I'm here trying to impress someone to get a job. I just think it's a factor in my brain that I want to work here. I don't think it leads me one way or another. I've had multiple conversations with Dave where he said this is separate from your 9-to-5 employment. I think he said that to everyone. That was very much emphasized. It was things you do here, obviously you can't do in the office, that type of thing. It's supposed to be as removed as possible. So I think that is something that I thought about a decent amount, and I think everyone thought about. So I actually don't think people's opinions, including at Barstool, affected actions as much as people might think.
Austin asked, was Tommy's entire motivation getting with Ella because he was Dave's number 10 and she was his number 1? And follow-up, how does it feel to know that not only did he not increase his own stock at all by pursuing her, but also that he brought her stock way down by making her boring?
So you said Austin sent this
Yes.
in? Interesting. I know exactly who that sent that in.
Who?
Austin.
Yeah.
Dave's assistant.
Just like I said.
No, I mean, listen, I was conscious of that, where it was I don't want to pursue Ella just because people are, because there were people being oh, it'll be good content, it'll be good content. It's I'm not going to pursue her just because it's good content. I wanted to make sure that I did like her. I think maybe that's why it's oh, you didn't make a move early. It's I don't know, spent Thursday or whatever making sure that we did actually like each other. So no, I was conscious of making sure that was not the case, and I'm sorry I brought her stock down. I'm a fucking loser.
Fuck you.
Do you think that Tommy made you boring?
No. I feel like that hangover would have happened regardless. I feel like that's also one of the, Tommy keeps talking about how I'm, worried about the comments about us. I freak out about those comments, when I'm not able to, get drunk. And I'm fuck, I'm only funny if I'm, wasted. I don't know.
Here's Austin said, Tommy, you've been accused of doing a bit the entire show, playing a part of a goofy, quasi-gay, disarming guy who hooks up with girls. You have vehemently denied these claims and made a concerted effort to show who you really are the last weekend. If we are to believe that this is the real you, you've had a bunch of one-night stands with girls you no longer have interest in talking to again. You tried to hook up with a coworker, and out of spite, when she said she didn't want to hook up with you, you went and found another random girl to hook up with to make her jealous and prove you're the man to a bunch of internet commenters. If we are to believe that you aren't doing a bit, are you really just a bad guy?
I don't even listen. I literally said I'm gonna go out and be myself. Yeah, I hook up with some girls. I ended up liking a girl here, like that, you know, it didn't, you know, that's all that happened. That was unnecessarily mean by Austin. He's jealous.
Of what?
I don't know.
You think he's being too mean? Or is there
I
a shred
don't
of
know.
truth
What,
in it?
you for cast? What do you think?
I just don't think you're America's sweetheart. You might be like America's bad boy. He's got some dog in him.
Right.
That's it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Do you think it was just bad branding off the rip?
Yeah.
I don't think it was bad branding. Like, sorry, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth or butt in, but like Tommy's a great guy. I don't really think it was like bad branding. I think it was like entertaining and also went along with like Tommy's funny personality. I don't think it was like a massive departure from who Tommy is, but also like obviously it's entertaining, it's funny. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I really feel like I just tried to be myself. For
I
4
also
weeks.
feel
That's it.
like everyone has a role. Like all 10 of us are equally as important. Like not everyone can be the same person. So like I guess I don't really understand when people are like, "Oh, stock is down, like Tommy sucks," or everyone's like mad at people who like can't send one day, and it's like, okay, then do you think they should be removed from the cast?
Imagine like in your friend
and then
group-
who are you left with every time a cast member pisses you off or disappoints you? Like, I don't know.
It's also so weird because, like, imagine, like, if in your friend group, if 1 week someone's like, oh, blah, 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 stock is down this week. It's not, like, how, like, human interactions work in, like, real life and people. You know what I mean?
We could cut this if you want, but Tommy, you also had like a rough week.
Yeah, I had like a death in the family last Wednesday. So I told the cast that like going into it, and I was like, listen, if I'm not myself this weekend, like that's why. So I think I kind of was myself. I think I was like bottle that up and then just
great.
get through it.
You did great, Tommy.
Yeah.
You killed it.
What was the response when you told everybody? Like, does it feel like there's more of a relationship with everybody than
Yeah,
what we
definitely.
see on camera?
I did over text. I was like, I don't want to really say it on camera and use it for content, but Brie had said something about like her dog, so I was like, well, if we're doing sad shit, might as well get this out of the way. But yeah, everyone was just like, sorry for your loss. We support you. But I just wanted to, like, I don't know, tell them.
Yeah, I think that that's good. And I think that in a general sense, what everybody has done this summer, opening yourselves up and opening your lives up to people to comment on is in some ways like a brave thing to do and a noble thing to do, to put yourself out there and be criticized or judged in ways that most other people will never be in their lives. And it's probably emotionally draining and exhausting across the board. And I bet that we're seeing a lot of the effects of that after the fact. So I just applaud you guys.
Yeah.
And I think all of us like are here for you like in a tough time, because that is shitty and sucks. And again, we could cut that if you guys.
No, that's fine.
If you want. But if we look at this summer as a whole, is this something we could do, show of hands, that anyone would do again?
Dante!
I was gonna hear you.
What the fuck, dude?
No, I mean, I had the best time.
The
But
mic-
I don't think I could like physically.
Yes,
Run
you
this
can.
back.
I think if anyone physically could do
mentally.
it again, it would be you.
Nah, like I was coming into this, I didn't drink for 2 months, and I was in awesome shape, and it just feels like my brain is in a blender now, and it was a rough month. It was a rough month.
What's this?
I'm gonna miss the shenanigans like this the most, I think.
What is this?
It arrived in the mail. It's a scream mask. It arrived in the mail with baby oil and a flag that I'd rather not comment on, that you're sitting on.
I'd like you to comment on this.
Yeah, it's heinous.
You hold up the other end of that?
No.
Yeah, see? But yeah, I thought somebody got our address, and then I thought about it, and I was like, it had to be an inside job, because our address isn't just out there on the internet. And I just assumed it was the work of Chuck and or Gaz, and never crossed my mind that Devlin could do something like that, and it ended up being Devlin. So, the moral of the story: you cannot trust anybody.
Is there any type of shakeup to this show that would make you more willing to do it again? And in general, any shakeup that you guys want to see of the show? What if it was just 1 week
I don't
in
think
Vegas?
Too
You're
much.
DJing the whole time.
Too much. Way
You
too
and
much.
Ella's song is platinum.
way too much.
Yeah, what if we're rich?
We wouldn't need to do the show.
You guys aren't doing this to get rich.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, talk to me in a few months. We'll see where I'm
We'll
at.
let you recharge your battery.
Yeah.
I think if people, like, if the viewers wanted more fighting and constant drama 24/7, I think it'd be smart to, like, cast some people from outside so it's a little more of a mix. I feel like a lot of us, like, we all work together. So, like, yeah, we fight and bicker, but, like, we do want to make up and, you know, all kind of get along at the end of the day. And I think that's what this last week was. Like, we all kind of came together as a family, especially on that Sunday dinner. But in terms of if they want everyone at each other's throat, I think it wouldn't hurt if they casted some outsiders and then had a mix of Barstool people and outsiders. I think that'd rev it up a little bit more.
I think, and I'm not speaking for myself because this doesn't apply because I don't want to run it back. But I think if anybody gets added at the expense of the people that did this and had the balls to do it, I think that's fucked up. Because I think everybody here was incredibly brave, and we had no clue what we were getting ourselves into. And obviously, I think we did a pretty damn good job.
Amen.
At it. And just after week one, the amount of people that were like coming out of the woodwork, like, yo, I want to come by, like, you know, throw us an invite. And it was like, no, dude, where were you 6 months ago when
Facts.
Dave sent that email out? You know, like,
You were there twice, texted them too.
Do you think that this show would have done differently if it were all filmed beforehand and you weren't getting the feedback in the moment?
For sure.
1,000%.
I think that's why it's
I-
different.
Yeah, I think next time, like, they should just put our phones in, like, one of those magnet cases and just lock them up and just let everyone rip it and be themselves, because I feel like it's just human nature. Like, our job is online. Like, I'm guilty of saying comments don't bother me, and then, like, I'll be sitting there at 11:45 p.m. blacked out, and I'm like, well, fuck this guy. Like, I feel like I've done enough. Like, get off my dick. And then it's just, like, natural. And I do feel like that kind of creeps into people's subconscious on this show.
Do you guys all feel like you've read a lot of comments that have affected how you performed or did anything? Bree, you're shaking your head no. Anybody else?
I did it first, and I had to quickly snap out of that. I definitely was the first weekend a lot, and the week after that, and everyone, like, being new at Barstool, everyone was like, the number one thing you need to not do is, like, look at what people are saying online. And so I stopped doing that, and it was so good for me.
I don't know if it changed people's behavior, but I guess maybe, like, mindset going into the day. Like, I don't think anyone like I don't think Ella did a 360 after her crash out. Like, I don't think
180.
You know I'm not good at speaking. Yeah, I think you get my point. Thanks.
Ella, if this were all filmed beforehand and then it came out, do you think that you would have acted differently in a good way? Like, you would have been able to be more yourself if you weren't getting in the moment feedback?
Probably, but also, like, I wasn't really reading anything the first few weeks. I don't know all of a sudden why I sort of gotten. I think it's because it started when I pissed off Nikki, where I was like, oh God, I wonder what people have to say about that. And then once I start, like, I can't stop, I spiral, and it doesn't make me, like, not act myself. It more I guess sort of it makes me want to, like, hide and be like, I don't want to be in the cameras because I don't want anyone to talk about me anymore.
I feel like seeing you has made me feel so much better, because I feel like after the first week, I had a full, like, crash out, crying, whatever. And then seeing you just, like, go through it, and now, like, that you are kind of feeling those emotions makes me feel better about that. Like, just seeing that, like, I was like, oh my God, how is Ella, like, just powering through and, like, not caring about comments and everything? It's made me feel so much better, I feel like. So there's that, if that makes any difference at all.
Yeah,
So you're the role model now.
Always has been.
What were you about to say, Danny?
I was gonna say, like, in the moment, comments are one thing, but I think it's also different where it's like we're used to bad comments, but it's usually like, oh, like your joke sucked on the yak. Where this time it's like they're involving people we have crushes on.
Especially
Families
if
are
you
getting
are
involved.
like being yourself, which I feel like I really was. It's hard to not take it personally because it's like actually insulting me.
It's very
and
personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's talking about who you are as a person,
Yeah.
not just what you've done as a creator.
Yeah.
If you guys could add someone to the show,
I feel like Keegs would be so good.
Kelly Keegs.
Yeah.
I agree.
She was invited. I invited her. She didn't show up. Gaz,
Mike.
yeah, Rico.
Gaz, Rico, Keegs.
Yep.
I think Mook would deserve an invite just for all this coverage because he's also like same age group. He parties. I think he would do well.
Anyone else you guys think would be a good addition to the show?
Gaz, 100%. I'll come back if Gaz makes an appearance. Yeah.
Punk House.
I know you can make anything happen. You make that happen.
Anyone who wants to come would be great because that means they're willing to put themselves out there, and I think that's always good.
Wait, yeah, I know we're like having sort of like a pity party about the comments and stuff getting to us, but I would be like devastated if I wasn't invited back to do another show. Like,
Yeah, this month
I'm
is
glad I
rocked.
did it, and like, I feel like it's a good like learning experience and makes you tougher, and like I want to keep putting myself in uncomfortable situations like that because if I just hide, then like how much am I gonna grow, you know?
Kadik, are we retiring the pants off, or is that one going in the Hall of Fame as a like forever move?
Yeah, I don't know. I just fucking take off my clothes when I get drunk.
And that was what you promised coming in, and you delivered on that promise.
Yeah, I think everything I said I was going to do, I've done.
Yeah, exactly. How's that make you feel?
Feels great. I mean, that's just who I am, though. Like, that's how I've always been. That's who I probably always will be. Just a clothes off, drunk vibes guy.
And you were self-aware enough to know that going in.
Yeah.
Why don't you end us all off with just kind of like a final pump-up speech,
Yeah.
a final send-off, whether it be a toast, a roast, or just a wave goodbye to what a beautiful summer it's been here at the Barstool
Yeah.
Beach House.
I think I'm speaking for myself, but I think you guys will attest to this. I mean, the best 4 weeks of my life. I didn't know a lot of you well going into this, and now I feel like we have a different relationship, not even with you guys, social people, producers, security, Rone. I mean, you guys rock so much, and you guys have made it so easy on us just to be ourselves, hang out with each other, enjoy each other's company, make new friends, make long-lasting relationships. And I just can't wait to do it again, and our reunion's going to rock.
Barstool Beach House, thank you to everybody that watched. Thank you to everybody behind the scenes that made this happen, the work that went in, staying up late, filming people playing beer pong, maybe the worst job that anyone ever has to do. Shout out to everybody that grinded on that side of the camera and on this side of the camera, and hopefully we'll see you all next summer.